titled Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam.
How much did you guys make in Crypto Zoo?
I lost around $50,000 in Crypto Zoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in Crypto Zoo.
Just as everyone expected, this day Logan Paul is yet to refund the victims of Crypto Zoo. But if CoffeeZilla set out to prove that Logan Paul's true intentions had been to scam his followers all along, Toddy's bombshell revelation would...
Damn, dude. Damn, you know what? I don't feel bad for the guy who lost $500,000 because, damn, that's crazy, dude. I could not imagine if giving warnings about certain things that it's going to happen, or maybe some things that just aren't right, and you point it out and they call you crazy. It turns out the very thing that you were crazy about, turns out you were right about it all along. I bet you anything, some of these guys really felt validated at the end. But anyway, let's check this video out. Let's go.
YouTube history.
But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it.
To unmasking a shady influencer project.
$1 million worth of ads in the first day. And did I mention the game hadn't even been launched yet?
These are the unbelievable times when YouTubers were right all along. Starting with the well-loved YouTuber Markiplier, who would be called a crazy and paranoid influencer for questioning what would eventually be exposed as the biggest scam in YouTube
for
history.
Honey?
In 2019,
Yeah.
Markiplier would kick off his stream by questioning the credibility of Honey, a free browser extension that promises to save you money.
But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it. But why do they spend millions on advertising? And then people are getting money out of it, and then people are saving money out of it, and that makes sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from? Where is Honey getting the money?
Yeah.
Where's Honey getting all their money from?
But he wasn't finished with his predictions.
I have a feeling there's gonna, in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great Honey conspiracy of like 2022. And I don't know what is.
But although his intentions were completely innocent, Markiplier would leave a chilling message for his viewers.
Listen, if I disappear like in the next few days, it was Honey. If I disappear in the future and then suddenly like Markiplier just mysteriously disappears, it was Honey. Because there's some shady shit happening.
However, since Honey had been endorsed by all your favorite influencers.
Oh, yeah.
What's Honey?
Oh, no.
Honey.
Honey is a free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
Free browser extension.
And was raking in a fortune. Markiplier would be called crazy and paranoid. That is, until YouTuber Megalab would release a shocking video titled Exposing the Honey Influencer Scam.
Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse.
I did see
Honey
this
hasn't
video.
just been scamming you, the consumer. They've also been stealing money.
I did see this video too a while back. And yeah, it's absolutely crazy about everything that happened with Honey, of how BS everything that they were doing. I remember.
From influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself firsthand. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time, which is insane considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion.
With undeniable proof that he had been right all along, Markiplier would then upload another revolutionary video.
I knew there was something shady. I knew it because it didn't smell right. A lot of other YouTubers that I talked to were saying like I'm crazy and paranoid, but it didn't make sense because where does the money come from?
Not only is he the king of Five Nights at Freddy's, he's also the king of predicting a scam when others were blinded by it. Genuinely respect him for having morals and not accepting the sponsor because he felt it was iffy. But while Markiplier's prediction turned out to be shockingly accurate, Sunny V2 would face a wave of hate after refusing to bow to cancel culture. On April 13th, 2023, Drama YouTuber Sunny V2 would come under public scrutiny after releasing a video titled, How Will the Chris Tyson Situation Impact Mr. Beast?
You know, I swear, I think Sunny V2 does great content. I've reacted to some of his stuff in the past, which I think I should see more of, because he's an amazing content creator.
Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer Mr. Beast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm.
This sparked a wave of backlash, not only from the internet.
Yeah, honestly, oh baby, yeah. If you know, you know. But yeah, I feel like either way, he was gonna essentially drop Chris Tyson because of not because of him transitioning to a woman. it's mainly because of the other stuff.
But also from Mr. Beast himself. Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my friend, and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off.
Absolute psychopathic behavior, bro. Have some shame and decency before you put out a video like this. You don't even know this person, dude. You parasocial freak lord. What the
I don't get it at all.
Ooh, yeah, that aged poorly.
This whole video, I mean, you could have just said, hey, I'm outwardly transphobic, and I feel like I don't like when people take HRT.
But despite the immense criticism the video generated, Sonny V2 refused to apologize or back down from his initial stance until 2024, when Chris would be accused of inappropriate behavior with underage individuals. Proving him right, this prompted Mr. Beast to change his tone and set the record straight. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such...
No, not Ava Tyson, Chris Tyson, okay? What is it? I believe the ones that transition are the ones who have, I really believe are the ones who obeyed by the law. And since this one pretty much broke the law, nope, your name transition card has been revoked. Now you are back to Chris Tyson.
Unacceptable acts. Surprise, surprise, Sonny V2 proved everyone wrong. He knew in the first place that Chris will negatively impact Mr. Beast's reputation, and now that Chris was exposed as a pedophile, Mr. Beast just got a major L for even protecting him. Sonny V2 taught me two things with this whole saga. Silence sometimes is the best answer, and a very powerful one at that. Time has the tendency to kill lies and let the truth be seen. Although Sonny V2 had the last laugh in the end, Jacksepticeye would find himself in hot water after his controversial comments about Mr. Beast. In 2023, Jacksepticeye would face immense backlash after his shocking response to a question about YouTuber Mr. Beast.
Like Mr. Beast.
Oh, this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, Mr. Beast ruined YouTube. Absolutely.
No.
Jack. Oh! Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube?
Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
Prompting Mr. Beast to immediately lash out. Sue, I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and sports cars, and instead reinvested my money into making content and focused on doing good and inspiring kids to help people. This clip is insanely disrespectful in my opinion. And obviously, there is so much I could say about his content, but I'll just take the punches and be the bigger man. Since this happened when Mr. Beast was still riding high on widespread admiration, the internet tried to cancel Jack. Mr. Beast quality is higher than most can produce. This dude is emitting some real quitter and loser energy. Despite the situation, this controversy...
The funny thing is that the people were saying that these were the people that never did content creation. So they didn't really see like the actual numbers or any of the things behind the scenes. But I highly believe that Jack was absolutely right.
Eventually died down until September 2024, when Mr. Beast would announce that he was teaming up with Logan Paul and KSI to launch Lunchly, a healthier alternative to the well-loved Lunchables.
All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Despite being marketed as a healthier alternative to Lunchables, Lunchly quickly came under fire when both consumers and content creators uncovered a major red flag.
And I usually don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel it's important to set the record straight. They're often too high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars, and don't use healthy whole food ingredients. And because they fall into the category of ultra-processed foods, they aren't healthy to consume often, period.
This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe.
Following these allegations, Mr. Beast would try to set the record straight.
Every single Lunchly with cheese meat is USDA inspected. There is no mold when it leaves our factory. Like, we have the highest QC standards imaginable. Like, what do we have? Why would we ship that out? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
But the internet did not take this well. Mr. Beast ruined YouTube. His whole point of defeat.
I feel like Mr. Beast did believe that, but even with that, it doesn't matter anyway because it doesn't really matter anyway because a mold is still appearing, still, going on the cheese and all that stuff. So I think Mr. Beast is right on what he believes is that yes, but the cheese is still coming out moldy, so that's still a problem.
Feeding T-Series was because it was a corporation. Now Mr. Sellout is a corporation. Looks like Jacksepticeye was right about Mr. Beast. In the end, Jacksepticeye's take on Mr. Beast aged like fine wine, much like investigative YouTuber CoffeeZilla, who would get hit with a lawsuit after exposing a shady crypto influencer scam. On December 17th, 2022, investigative YouTuber CoffeeZilla would release a gripping 3-part series titled investigating Logan Paul's biggest scam.
How much did you guys make in CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in cryptos.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
Just as everyone expected, Logan Paul did not react to the criticism well and released a now deleted 30-minute video attacking CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. As soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece, fully knowing I was innocent, just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use them.
I won't lie to you, that response aged so poorly.
Money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Trying to silence an investigative reporter is a massive sign that you've done some illegal shady ass shit. Logan seemed to realize that too, apologizing just a few days later.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is.
Alongside a bold promise to refund every penny he owed.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million.
But a year later, it would be uncovered that this so-called refund had an outrageous condition attached to it.
Logan Paul is refunding people he scammed if they promise to stop suing him for the vastly larger amount he may owe them.
Understandably, this received a lot of backlash. Should not be a surprise, Logan Paul is a fake content creator, a fake entertainer, a fake boxer, and clearly a fake business guy. What did you expect? To this day, Logan Paul is yet to refund the victims of CryptoZoo. But if CoffeeZilla set out to prove that Logan Paul's true intentions had been to scam his followers all along, Toddy's bombshell revelation would...
Damn, dude. Damn, you know what? I don't feel bad for the guy who lost $500,000 because, damn, that's crazy, dude. I'm like, really? You're gonna, what is it? You're gonna invest $500,000 to someone like this who, I'll be honest with you, practically knows nothing about business, you know, especially that's on his own, or at least cryptocurrency. I would be like, really? Man, I can't believe people rely on that shit.
Would be overshadowed by her desire for revenge. On May 10th, 2019, beauty influencer Toddy Westbrook would release a video accusing a then 19-year-old James Charles of predatory behavior.
Oh,
You were talking
shit.
in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross.
Although the allegations were shocking, fans were quick to point out that Toddy had only decided to come forward following James's public endorsement of Sugar Bear Hair, a competitor to her supplement brand, Halo Beauty. Toddy didn't have a problem with him trying to get a straight man to hook up with him, until he promoted Sugar Bear Hair. She didn't speak up until she felt betrayed. The final blow for Toddy, however, was when James released a 41-minute video revealing his own side of the story.
Sam and I talked for a very, very long time, and his sexuality, like I said, wavered a lot. Every time that he was a little bit confused, we had open and honest conversations about it, and he always asked me my input, and I gave it to him. I would never out somebody, and I have never, ever
Does he normally speak that fast?
try to manipulate somebody's sexuality, including his point-blank.
I seriously doubt that, my
It was
guy.
all a long and elaborate lie by Toddy to ruin James's career. The truth would come to light just 2 years later, when James Charles would find himself facing shocking accusations of predatory behavior from a 16-year-old aspiring YouTuber.
Trigger warning, I will be talking about grooming and James Charles, so if you get triggered by any of those, keep scrolling, but if not, watch this video, please. So last Wednesday on the 17th, James Charles snapped me on Snapchat. I was getting really uncomfortable, so I told him my age. I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's 21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't even get to see the, meaning my body. And after telling him, like, no, like, I'm not gonna send it to you, he kept on asking for pictures and videos of body hair and me flexing and stuff.
As expected, James wasted no time and immediately fired back with a statement. The accusations that I have groomed this person are completely false. After false allegations like this in the past, I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage and put my life on the line for a few Snapchats. Because of situations like this,
I'll be honest with you, it really sounds crazy that someone would do that. Dude, there've been plenty of YouTubers that have done this, especially for Snapchats and things like that. Absolutely, man. Come on now. Dude, I remember hearing the ones that came out for like some of the Minecraft ones and things like that.
instead of taking someone's word for it, I will now ask to see the ID or passport of every guy I have a conversation with. This, however, didn't convince fans, though, forcing James to drop an apology video just days later.
First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions.
But this time, No one was buying it. Now, if someone that wasn't famous did this, they would be put in prison. I believe Toddy did the right thing by exposing James's predatory behaviors. James should be kept behind bars, literally. The way I used to be one of his biggest fans. I couldn't look past the situation. He's honestly a bad person. Fortunately for Toddy, this sickening revelation turned the tide of public opinion in her favor. But as for James Charles, his YouTube account has since been demonetized, making it yet another one of those situations where a YouTuber tried warning us, but we didn't listen.
Alrighty then. Well, that looks like that's it for today. Man, I won't lie to you. It's quite a bit, really, from all 5 of the YouTubers. That's crazy. From James Charles, I remember that one. Sunny V2, I kind of remember that one. Jacksepticeye, I remember that one too. Yeah, I remember all of these. These were interesting controversies that happened. But dang, you know what? I'm glad that all these happened because it really showed everyone about the crazy things that was going on. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out this video as well. But anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. You know, I bet you anything Markiplier really felt vindicated. Is it vindicated or vindication or something like that? Oh, yeah, technically you can't even see him. It's right behind this, but I bet you anything he felt so valid. Everything that happened with Honey, because every YouTuber was taking Honey deals. Damn. Imagine seeing all of his friends take Honey, and then everything that happened, the way how it really worked and broke down and everything, and phew. Yeah. Good on you, Markiplier. Good on you.